people are the ones who gonna have to fight. We used to say, which side are you on? Which side are you on? The truth is, we're in so much debt that the only way out is revolution or war. So now the question is, which side are you on?
Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on, my daughter? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on, my daughter?
See, before I draw the line, let me welcome you close to all the folks who knew Obama sold the people of hopes. Gave the money to suckers while our community still poor. Withdrew the troops but started another war. Colonizing, terrorizing, creating the oil crisis so they can make a kill on no food and gas prices. Prisons is filling, they trying to lock up the future. Militarized borders and control of computers. Want a stupid bumping music that ain't healthy for the shortest. Privatizing schools and policemen in the hallways. Can't be dormant, I'm awoken. Rise up, be ready. Brought the family with us and we hold the machetes.
Riding the fence. Too many people be riding the fence. Yeah, you say you ready for war, but are you convinced? I'm not convinced. If you're a rider, freedom fighter, crowd excited, then let's do this. We can make one big united, middle finger to the U.S. Give me the bravest and the truest. Fuck the hippest and the coolest. We gon' spark this revolution and cross this off our to-do list. Put your foot down if you look down on this criminal system. Put your book down and get shook down like my niggas in prison. Don't be condemning and condoning their actions in one sentence. Make up your mind, choose your side. Is you a patriot or a menace to society? So riot or sit by quietly. But don't pull out your flag and try to say you gon' ride with me. You flip-flopping like hip-hop. I don't get locked in that trick box. Get got like Big and Pop. Shit's got to stop. I am the people, not the big. I repeat after Fred. So please blow my brains out if I ever forget.
I'm down with the movers and the shakers and the ex-hitty drinkers, the non-smokers, the health advocates, the non-voters, the young bloods in the hood training like soldiers. I'm on the side of the tracks with the hood guardians, the little child that no color inside the margins. I don't ride the fence, I cultivate my strength, cause if it ain't about power, it don't make sense. I've been down with Boogie down since BDP, some brown pride, and black power make RPG. An OG told me choose battles wisely. In the struggle, don't forget your children and your wife. If you don't see me on the podium preaching it, every day I hope my every action is teaching it. Cause revolution is a process, it's not a speech or a panel. And bite off more than you can handle.
Rock hard like slingshots in Palestina. Con todos los estudiantes por educación gratuita. I'm with workers uprising and the right to unionize. We ain't crossed the border, so you better legalize. I'm with La Peña del Bronx. I'm still with Victor Toro, cause gentrification is polluting my borough. So bro never, South Bronx forever. Decolonize the block, make your neighborhood better. I ain't down with the rich, I'm more Richie Perez. Don't talk to grand juries or cooperate with feds. I'm with students, doctors, janitors, teachers. We need living wages, but they don't believe us. Monida, Barretto, Spofford, Hunts Point, my hood, I love. We join forces, forming our deck, BX. Taking over buildings, rebel Diaz for the children.
Politics to sickness, streets express symptoms. Caught up with it quickness, big business pimps them. Scholars play the simpleton, fools play with wisdom. Who will stand and fight back? Who will play the victim? Trials and tribulations, injured generations. Stolen history and outsourced innovation. Babel Tower fell, tribes are at war. The battle story's not represented in the score. The game's fixed, most of the faces and names switched. Credit stolen for art, science, religion, language, technology, philosophy, and what strange is. They paid in Haitian for the knowledge of the ancients. Power in words, actions, guns, swords. Aim Panthers, brown berets, young lords. Pick a side, one sickness, one cure, one love, one blood, one world, but one war.
Uncle Jab Snap, Butu Apple and Black Power. What's going on, family? This is your brother Nguvo. Now you see R-A-N-M. You already know you watching R&M RBG TV, family. You know how we keep it, G. 432 Garvey Cubs on the move. You know how we do. R&M RBG's all in together now. You understand? Another one of them days, man, out in the streets trying to talk to the people. You understand? But before I even go any further, let me let my people know what the deal is, man. You already know how we gonna win this war with black love. You know why? Because black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. So I'm out today, right? It's a little wet out, a little gloomy out. So folks really, got a little attitudes, ain't no sunshine. I'm just all to the good. But nonetheless, today said, yo, let me go talk to some folks that don't look like me. And yes, I'm talking about the descendants of Europeans, folks of European descent. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about white people today. I'm going out looking for white folk to talk to or whatever. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this shit hard. Folks don't want to have this conversation. They're a little shook up when they hear the topic. You understand? And yes, we talking race relations. They always want to talk about it, but don't nobody want to talk about it. You understand? So I'm out here trying to get up in their face, politely, of course. And I'm trying to make it happen, nonetheless. You understand? So I can show you what it is that they think, what it is that they feel, etc., 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 etc. You already know the way they gonna buck dance, all that shit. So we out here, standing in front of Freeport Library right now. I'm gonna talk to a couple people, man. I've already tried to talk to a couple folks, and they already gave me the cold shoulder. They'll listen to me up until the point they hear the topic, race relations, but nonetheless, it is what it is. That's that shame in them that's coming out, you understand? But in the meantime, between time, keep it locked, keep it G. This is R&M RBG TV. We keeps it G. Uncle Job Snapple 2 up on Black Power. Always remember that black love is a kid for the black nation, so let's get it. Bang on out. Let's go. Family, what's up? It's Nguvo. Now you see already now. I'm sitting here at Freeport Library. I'm sitting here with, what's your name again?
Andrew.
Andrew. All right, for the for the sake of respect and all that stuff, he didn't want to be seen, so it's all good. That's what we do. So like I said, Mr. Andrew, I'm out in the neighborhood. I'm talking to folks, trying to talk to as many people as possible. It's a little difficult, I will say that, on the topic of race relations. Okay. And I just wanted to, just pick your brain a little bit. Nothing personal per se. It's just very objective. It's very objective. Okay. I just wanted to, basically get so we can all get to see each other's mindset and see exactly what we did and what's on the table and everything. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the transatlantic slave trade and all that stuff, what happened, and the history, whatever was taught in history books. I'm sure you're familiar with that, right? Cool. What I wanted to ask, basically, you and those like you as well, meaning Caucasians, because like I said, we're talking race relations. Okay. If, let's just say, you, nothing you per se, but let's say you were in your own personal environment, comfortable, living good, everything is nice, right? Right. You have no worries in it at all. You're not really dealing with sickness and health problems and very major social issues, that and the third. Then one day, you happen to see somebody that you've never seen before. And it's a little foreign to you, but nonetheless, you being the person that you are, you're very warm, you're very welcoming, you embrace them. Then, tables turn. That friend became a foe overnight, nonetheless. Right. Removed you from your environment, took you out of everything that you were used to, everything that you're born with, nonetheless, innately, and then actually had you in a condition that was total opposite to that, and made it very difficult for you to make any sort of progress. What would you say? Not necessarily you, like I said, not you personally, but how would that feel? What type of mindset, what type of thoughts would come up from a situation like that?
I guess kind of, since I've never been put in it, I guess hostility or, you'd be uncomfortable, everything would be, it's different. So I think it's a shock. So I don't even know how you would put it into words, because I've never felt that. Right. So for me, it's like, okay, I can't even imagine what it would be like. And
I can appreciate your personal answer. I can appreciate your honest answer. That's very much appreciated. You ain't lie about it. You kept it 100. I like that. The reason why I asked that question is because when you look at current events, for example, the situation with the churches down south, Charleston to be primary example, we're often told in the times of grief, how you doing, Mom? We're often told in times of grief, times of anguish, times of attack, nonetheless, against the black community, that the best way to alleviate the situation is basically one, turn a blind eye to it as if it's not there, and it'll just all go away, and two, to be more of a, how can I put this in nice terms, more of a lover, if you will, an embracer, if you will, of the ones who necessarily put you in that negative situation. So it's kind of confusing a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like you feel as if you should defend yourself, you should protect yourself, because at the end of the day, first law of preservation, first law of nature is self-preservation.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So if that is the first law of nature, why would you think that we're told constantly, just love, everything will be okay, knowing that every time, or in history is proving it, that you can be the best of lovers and still get rolled on, nonetheless. So at what point in time are we going to basically stop hearing the we are the world, at least for right now?
Right.
At least for right now.
That's
But
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that?
As in what?
Yeah, like
my
what would you?
approach
Yeah, what would you? How would you feel? How would you want to express yourself and be received, nonetheless? If you again, if you was in that situation, and you have somebody coming to you saying, "Oh, that's just wrong. That's in the past. We can just forget about it and move on."
Well, I don't think
without
you should
without
say
addressing.
forget about it.
Okay.
I think that's the wrong way of saying it. Like, you wouldn't say, okay, let's forget about it. It happened. I think you need to address it, and but like, say that whole situation with that kid, it's going to be a thing where it's going to take a long time. I feel like you have to change the way people think. You know what I mean? So it's, some people still think that we're superior, and you have that old thought, and it's just it's a thing where I wouldn't say violence to do violence, but I do think you need to at least voice your opinion, and you got to get it out there, and then hopefully. The problem is who's in power, who's not in power. You know what I mean? And you have to. It's changing the way people think. It's a whole mindset.
Understood.
So I mean, I understand. Like you said, I don't know, like, what you mean about being like blind eye, because I don't think you should turn a blind eye.
This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean.
This is the wrong way of thinking.
This is exactly what I mean when I say the blind eye. Like I said, we're told that basically, for example, in the Bible, we're always hit with the Bible. The Bible says, love your enemies. The Bible says, embrace those that even do harm, etc., etc., etc. The whole turn the cheek scenario. Right?
I'm kind of, just to point it out, I'm an atheist.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, but that being the fact that everybody's wrapped up in the Bible, that's cool. You got your stance. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, being the fact that everybody is caught up within religion, some sort of religion, whether it's Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, it's all the same story nonetheless. Okay. But being the fact that these texts and these doctrines are constantly pushed on us as far as the scapegoat, turn the other cheek, then the meat shall inherit the earth. The same old rhetoric, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, would you feel as it's basically a welcoming for more, a justification for more hurt, harm, and danger? Because that's what the reality of the product is. We're told don't defend. We're told don't stand up. We're told not to protect. We're told turn a blind eye. We're told embrace and love. Do you not see the pattern of more things happening? And
no, like I said, I don't think it'll bring more, but what I do think is, like, I feel you should still say something. Like, you can't just flat out turn a blind eye and be like, oh, they're going to change eventually. Like, it's a thing. It's for everybody. It's education. Everyone needs to change, because you don't want to do, like I said, you don't want to make it a thing of a war of violence. But I do think you need to point it out, and then, it's an education thing again, where people, they're going to have to learn to change. Because me personally, like I said, I don't try to look at race, because you don't know what the person's race is. Like, if you say I'm Caucasian, you don't know if I'm Spanish and I was raised in that type of culture, and I think that affects a lot of people how you are. So I don't think it invites, but I don't know if I could just say turn a blind eye. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to be able to defend yourself, and I feel like, the thing is figuring out how to, in the right way, do it.
Understood. I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer. Like I said, I know you're busy and everything. I appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you for having this conversation with me.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
See you later.
Did y'all hear one key thing that he said? And it's interesting that he actually said it. Family. He said two things But he said one, so it's 2 and 1. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. What he said was, I wouldn't take that shit. I would stand up. And then following behind that, what he did not say, but what he said underneath, like I always say, was basically, I don't understand why black folks are not doing it. Now, like I said a minute ago, you're going to see a couple bug dance, and he danced around a couple things a little bit, but nonetheless, I give it back to him. I give it to him because he was honest. You feel what I'm saying? And the key thing that you're going to hear when you have these conversations with people, if you're having these conversations, nonetheless, is I really don't know how to handle it because I was never put in that situation. Let that marinate. They were never in this situation, but yet they are the ones that's on the news all hours of the day telling us what to do as far as how to alleviate the situations that were implemented upon us, how to navigate and move throughout the society that is set up against us, etc., 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 etc. They always want to talk the whole love their enemies, bullshit, etc., 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 etc. Like I asked them, this is why I asked them that very important question. Would you feel that it's basically an invite for more drama? He knows the answer is yes, but he didn't want to say it. But it's all good because I know the psychology. Shit's crazy, man. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Question. All right, what's up? I'm back again. What's your name, sir?
My name is James.
James. All right. I'm sitting here with James, and James is 13, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's him right there. That's James. So, James, I just want to ask you a quick couple of questions and everything. I'm going to let you be about your business. The topic of discussion is race relations within America, right?
Yeah.
And being that you are first of all, where's your family from?
My family, well,
Where your family comes from?
well, I have a couple of places I'm from. We're part Irish,
Mhm.
British, Italian, I think.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay,
either
so
side.
basically Europe, just Europe. Okay, cool. The reason why I wanted to have this question because I wanted to basically tap into the minds of those that we encounter on a daily basis versus, basically on the system of black and white nonetheless, because we all pretty much living in the same area nonetheless, but we don't understand how each other think. So what I wanted to ask you was, first and foremost, are you familiar with the Atlantic slave trade? I'm pretty sure you're studying in history class in school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that whole ordeal. I wanted to ask you, what's up, my brother?
Guys, this is the senior area.
Okay.
So you kind of have
Got go over here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Come on. All right, so I'm back again. What's your name?
William.
William. I'm sitting here with William. Mr. William, I just want to ask you a couple questions regarding what's going on in America, race relations, this, that, and the third. We need to have this conversation that folks really don't want to have, right? So what I wanted to ask you, not necessarily a personal question, more so objective. You don't have to say anything on your own accord, but just give me your thoughts nonetheless. Scenarios like this, right? First of all, where are you from? Where's your family from?
I'm originally from Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay. Where does your lineage go back to? If you
Ireland.
Ireland. Okay. So basically Europe, nonetheless. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, Ireland and here. I'm part of American Indian.
Okay, but I'm just saying for before here it goes back there. All right, cool. Let's just say random scenario. Nice sunny day. You're in your environment, chilling, relaxing, doing whatever it is that you do to enjoy life, right? Then randomly out of nowhere, you see basically a foreign entity, a foreign body, not necessarily an enemy per se, but somebody that you've never seen before within your community, right? And you being the type of person that you are, tuned in with nature, you're warm, you're welcoming, right? You invite them in, you bring them in. It's all good at first. Then a blink of an eye, things go a little bit sour. That friend suddenly becomes a foe. You're removed from your environment where you grew up, you learned all your knowledge, your languages, your arts, et cetera, right? Then you're placed into a situation that's totally opposite to that. Pure chaos, if you will. Just to sum it up in one word, pure chaos, right? From that point on, again, it's not a personal question, very objective, but how would you necessarily navigate through that? How would you feel? What would be your emotions? What would be your feelings from going from one situation A to situation B?
Well, there would obviously be, a period of adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
But, you'd have to, I'd have to, figure out my new environment and how I can succeed within it.
Okay. also within this new environment, there's many roadblocks, obstacles, if you will, just pure walls up in your path versus the path of many other people within this new realm, right? In other words, person A is moving, advancing on a daily basis, while you, person B, you're stuck at point A. You're stuck at first point because you can't get past the hurdles that were intentionally set up against you, right? How would you feel going through this type of situation daily, day in, day out, basically from generation to generation? What mindset would you have at that point?
Well, you know, I mean, there's two ways I could go with it. I could, either, look at these walls, as impenetrable, and they're not going to change, and get angry and upset and trying to fight, these walls that are between me and where I want to go, what I want to do, or I could just accept that it is what it is, and do what I can on the other side of the wall.
Okay. So you wouldn't feel that there should be a sense of, most people would use the word revolt. Some people would use the word rebellion. But I was going to use the phrase, a sense of rising up, a sense of making yourself accounted for as far as...
Well, like I said, there's two ways I could look at it. I could look at it like, how am I going to get past this wall? How can I destroy this wall so I can get where I want to go?
So basically you have to come up with a plan, nonetheless.
Or I just, it is what it is, and deal with it.
So neither, it's okay. So,
okay,
I get what you're saying. So either come up with a plan to fight, to move yourself forward, or just roll over.
Or you can just, it is what it is.
I'm going to end it on that note. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Hope y'all listen. I hope you're listening, family. I hope you're listening. You just got 3 different conversations from 3 different gentlemen with pretty much similar views. I hope y'all listening, man. This was my main objective of the day. I was coming out here to talk specifically to them. Not them personally, because I don't know them personally, but nonetheless, that dynamic. I was coming out here. Thank you, Elder. I appreciate it. I was coming out here to talk to white folk. Because we need to know what the hell we think with. Everybody think we know what we're dealing with. We don't know what we're dealing with. You got to tap into the mind. It's all about psychology, family. Don't let them trick you. Flip the script and trick them. Tell you, they did not want to have that conversation. Let's be clear. They did not want to have that conversation. All right, how about you? How about you? They did not want to have that conversation. Race relations? Because they know they play a major role in that. They know that. They know that what they're dealing with as far as the way they're living and the way they carry on in society, whatever. They know it's all based off of the torment that me and you went through, family. You understand? Their privilege, their easy acceptance, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Their feeling of the sense of superiority, et cetera. We all know that's bullshit. But if you notice, that one question where I asked them as far as them being removed from their own place, their own land, this, that, and the third, they basically said they wouldn't like the shit. They wouldn't appreciate it. And what I could dig, honestly, is with the last dude I was talking to, I think it's William or whatever his name was. He said, you got 2 choices. I can either do something about it, basically, or I can just roll over and bend over. That's what was said, family. At what point do we get it? Black people, my people, our people, at what point do we get it, man? We got to come together, put the bullshit to the side, put the personal issues to the side, come up with a battle plan, fight this shit, or you will always be in a state of bending over, always in a state of rolling over, always in a state of getting trampled on, remember? You feel what I'm saying? This is America. They don't play no games over here. Y'all know that. How long we been here? How many games have they played? Or how many games have they played you like? You understand? Think if his family is not illegal. Think family is not illegal. Think family is not illegal. This is why I always say, when dealing with us, that black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Because when you love yourself, again, you're going to go out and you're going to multiply that love with those that look like you. They're going to go out and multiply with those that look like them. It's going to bounce around the whole hood. You understand? From that point on, once you start bouncing around like that, you can do whatever the hell you need to do to progress you and your peoples. That's what it means to have black love, family. That's what it means, man. And when you get that love, when you get that sense, that energy, you'll do what you need to do. You do what you have to do. It's all about self-preservation, man. Survive out here, man. Don't just exist. Survive. Live. Sustain. Don't just exist. You understand? Don't just exist, family. I hope y'all was listening, man. I hope y'all was listening. This is what I do, man. I ask the questions that folks don't want to ask. I deal with the people that they don't want to deal with. Everybody's talking about what they would do and this, that, and third if they ever see white people in the street and this, that, and third and yada, yada, yada. All that extra dumb shit, right? But at the end of the day, let's keep it G. Who watching my channel right now has a job? I'll be honest. Who out here got to pay their bills to somebody? So in other words, you deal with them on a daily basis. So all that, or if I seen them, and all that shit is garbage, because at the end of the day, you don't do that when you deal with them on a daily basis. You don't deal with them when you got to pay that bill. Stop fronting. So again, this was a risk. Let's keep it 100. This is the risk. Talking to have this conversation I'm having with the people that I'm having it with. Because one, it took me forever just to get them 3 people. I've been out here for a good about a couple hours. It took me forever to get them 3 people. 2, it was still, once I got them, it was still like pulling teeth with them because they felt the shame, they felt the guilt. You can think they didn't if you want to, but that'll be foolish, family. At the end of the day, it's all about genetics, right? That which they are living and thriving off of, it was genetically infused in them by way of our hardships, man. So it's in their DNA. That guilt was starting to come out. And I wanted them to do that. I want that guilt to come up because I want y'all to feel what we feel. I want y'all to at least get a glimpse of what we got to deal with. You understand? This shit ain't no joke. This shit ain't no joke. So I ask the questions that folks don't want to ask. I deal with the ones that folks don't want to deal with. Y'all may talk all that stuff about, you know what I'm saying? Y'all say all that shit about white folks and this, that, and the third, and I hear you. I believe you. I got you. But at the end of the day, you saying that from afar. I'm up in the muck of it. I'm right up in their face asking them the tough questions. And you see how they squirm. Hell, the little boy even ran off. I ain't mean to run him off like that, but hey, he couldn't handle it. What can I say? It is what it is. The choice is yours, family. Thinking is not illegal. Once you think, we can make some moves. Living black is not wrong. Once you realize that, it's on and popping from there on, you dig? But, family, in the meantime, between time, I appreciate you for walking with me like I walk with you. This is your brother Nguvo. Now you see R&M. Tune in to R&M RBG TV, family. You know we keeps it G. You dig? 432 Garvey Cubs on the move. You know how we do. R&M RBG's all in together now. Stay tuned. Keep it locked. Keep it G. Right here to the next one. You already know I'm working on something. Always, always. At the end of the day, if we don't know how to use our brains, we don't know how to think, how the hell we gonna plan? And if we can't plan, how we gonna make moves? I don't even want that damn rag in my video shot. You understand? If we can't do that, we just out here playing games. I ain't got no time to play no games, and we ain't got no time to waste. We gotta make some moves. But, in the meantime, between time, Uncle Johnson Apple 2 up on Black Power. How we doing, man? Always remember, family, that black love is care for the black nation, so let's get it. Bang, on, out. Black Power.